We invested £74,000 into this property and had a very surprising outcome. So in this video, I'm going to show you the before and after, where did we buy it and why, how we found it, what we did, plus the problems we encountered, and share with you probably the answer as to why you're even probably watching this video. What are the numbers? So here's a short video of me walking through the property.
Okay, so here we are at our next project. This in particular is for a client of ours. So on your right hand side, we've got the living room. And there's not much to do here apart from remove the furniture, paint and decorate. The team will get rid of that damp that's showing here. And then we're going into the kitchen. We're going to be changing it and upgrading to a new kitchen. And that's going to have the benefit of allowing us to have a higher chance of a higher valuation on the property as well as the rent roll. We really want our property in this particular case to really stand out from the crowd. Let's go upstairs and show you around. As you'll see, cosmetically, there's not much to do, but it's really what we're doing is we're changing the kitchen, the bathroom, ready to make it stand out in terms of the increase in the property value as well as the rent. Let's walk upstairs. So the carpet's going to be saved. The bathroom, this whole new bathroom that's going to go in, we're changing the direction of the bathtub. The sink and toilet's going to stay. It's going to be a whole new flooring and cladding wall all the way around. And then there's 3 bedrooms in this property. We're going to paint and decorate this room. That room. And that room, keeping the flooring, keeping the doors, and literally the real big upgrades here are the kitchen, the bathroom, and let's go outside with regards to the external part of the property. Externally for this property, we're going to be changing the downpipe, the gutter and the soffits just to spruce it up. As you can see, these are the olden style downpipes, painted for some reason or not, so we're going to get rid of all of that. So similar to the front of the property, the soffits, the gutter and downpipes are going to be changed. New fence panels to go there, another one to go there, and the fence that's leaning, that will also be repaired, and we'll also cut the grass here as well.
Now, after watching that, I think right now there are probably a few questions you're asking yourself right now, and I'm going to try and answer them here. So you're probably thinking, what did we pay for the property? Number 2, I think, is how did we find it and why this particular property? So the first thing to share is, what did we pay for the property? And this is probably the most common question I get. Well, my clients and I buy several properties every single month, and in this particular case, it was acquired by one of our inner circle clients, and they paid a really fair price of £50,000. Just to manage expectations, these are quite far and few to find at that price and in this particular location. You'll know why later when I go through the numbers. So when we agreed the price, speed was key. We negotiated and our client completed only a few weeks. Speed makes or breaks a deal. By the way, if you'd like to see how my team and I can help you build a wealth building portfolio that funds you and your children with exclusive access to opportunities like this, then click the link in the description where it says work with us and book a strategy call today. Next, where do we find the property? So it's in the northeast in an area called County Durham. The northeast is an emerging location and in recent years has had billions of regeneration investment, both actual and planned, which is set to bring a lot of capital appreciation potential plus increased rental demand. Plus, it's a really affordable entry price, as you'll see from this property, and in this case we bought it for £50,000, which is a real good price. Next, how did we find this property? Well, we've been investing in the Northeast for more than 10 years, since I was at university. And so we have long-standing channels in which we attract great investment opportunities, including referrals, plus spending thousands on paid marketing, where, as I shared, we spend thousands of pounds every single month. And for this particular property, it came from one of our referral. The sellers were going through a divorce and looking to sell their property and split the funds quickly. So you've seen the before, you understand more about the context of the property, price, location, and how we found it. Now let me walk you through what we did. Actually, instead, let's get one of our build team project managers to do so.
Welcome to 13 Hartford Place. This is just to show you the refurbishment on this property. First of all, we have the spacious lounge. As you can see, we've took the old laminate flooring out. We've fitted new LVT flooring on the ground floor. We're fully decorated. We've put some new spotlights in. It's a good, spacious, airy room for family living. Let's take you down this passageway into the kitchen. So in here, the ceiling was quite extensively water damaged. We've replaced the ceiling, sorted the spotlights out. We've fitted a new kitchen, we took the old one out. We've added a couple of extra units, what we thought with it being a family home, they would benefit from. Now we have retained the oven and the hob. It's cleaned up quite well. We're pleased with that. Over here, you have the LVT flooring, fully decorated, a very light shaded grey. It works well with the kitchen. Now, you have a little area here. You could get a little dining table and chairs. Now, follow me upstairs. From the stairs upwards, we did keep the flooring. We just got it covered while contractors was on board. We've had it cleaned twice and it's come up quite good. Like I say, this is a 3-bedroom property. These doors was already on, we've retained them, we've cleaned them up, they've come up well. Now, this is the largest bedroom out of 3. As you can see, fully decorated, new light pendants, we've got the new EICR, etc. on this property. It's a good spacious room. Now to the left here, we have the large bedroom at the front of the property. Again, fully decorated, it's come up quite good. Now this is the smallest bedroom. You would still get a good sized wardrobe and a single bed in. It's quite comfortable. The bathroom. Wow, take a look at this. This was in a mess. We had to change the bath, although there was nothing wrong with the old bath, but we swung it round. So your taps and waste was at this end. We've swung it round to this end. We've put your power shower in, your shower screen. We've put your Calcutta boarding on, your LVT flooring. We've kept your sink and your toilet, and again we'll retain the doors, the good solid doors. Now we're at the front of the property. We've removed all the weeds, we've took the grass down, we've put a nice straight edge. It looks nice and presentable. Now the front of the property, we've put your new downpipe, your new guttering, your new soffit board, and we've rebedded the ridge tiles. Welcome to the rear of the property in the back garden. We've took all the grass down. We've removed the rubbish, we've repaired all the fence, put some new sections in. It's been fully painted. What a difference. It's nice and clean, there's no rubbish, so no rubbish can be added. That's which way we like.
So now let's go through the numbers. So as I shared before, we bought it for £50,000. The buying costs were just around £9,000 and the refurbishment cost was £14,005. The refurb cost came in £2,000 higher due to gas work, electrical work and additional cleaning costs that were unexpected as we went through, because the vendors were meant to take a lot of their rubbish away, but they never. So that actually contributed a significant amount to the additional £2,000 cost. So the total cash investment for the property was £73,005. And the property is now rented for £750 per month, generating a yield of 11%. Now here's where it gets really interesting. One of the key uncertainties with a buy, refurb and refinance model is the end values. A big one is down valuations, i.e. coming lower than expected. And I want to share full transparency that this can in some cases happen. So I want you to be prepared for it. There's ways to do it, like going to another lender if you get a lower valuation, but these things do happen. And so I even recorded a recent example where our valuation came in £20,000 lower. Now for this property, at the start of the project, we expected a valuation of £80,000 to £85,000. At £80,000, that would create the following numbers. So mortgage, management insurance at £380 per month expected. The rent, as I shared before, £750 per month. So the net cash flow would be £415 per month, or just shy of £5,000 per annum. Now the return on capital employed, that's the return on the cash inputted, that's the return on the capital left in the property after it's been refinanced, will come to a really amazing 40%. Now that's a really high return on capital employed. As I mentioned, this doesn't come along all the time. Usually we achieve around 15 to 20% or a bit higher than that. But it's through consistency and time in the market that opportunities like this come up. So it's about just being consistent, investing, and as you do, more of these opportunities just come up. These unicorn deals come up. They don't come up, in our experience, every single day, but it's about time in the market. Here's the twist. We invested in a really nice kitchen and the bathroom was spectacular. And after seeing a few recent sales of about 90 to 95,000, we actually applied for a valuation of 100,000. Now we expected maybe to be knocked down to around the 90, 95, but we actually got £100,000 as a valuation. And again, this doesn't always happen and there's always a risk of a down valuation or valuation coming in lower. But feeding in this new valuation here's our new numbers. Mortgage management insurance, the estimated would be £449 per month. Rent, as I shared, is £750 per month. Net cash flow does decrease to £347 per month, which is £4,161 per annum. Now, let's get on to the return on capital employed and how that significantly changes. The return on capital employed was infinite. We were able to get more money out than planned. Actually, through the valuation, there was money on top of what we invested. As a result, that creates an infinite return. There's no money left in. Now, again, I must stress, this doesn't always happen and comes from time in the market and consistency in purchasing on a regular basis. But this is a case study for you to see what's possible through consistency and time and perseverance over time. So that was an infinite return, and our client has got a really good investment on his hands, and we know it's going to be both good now and in the long term. But this case study just shows you what's possible. So check this out. If you're interested in getting help with growing your portfolio, just type PRI in the comments below. So if you like the look of this case study, why not check out these case studies too?